Welcome back, YouTube. It's your host, Bruce GNT, back with another video. And I'm a little bit behind on this, but man, Tiffany HENYARD got her ass whooped in that primary election. So, as you all know, what's been going on with Tiffany HENYARD, if you don't know, there's so much information, like so much that I can't really go over. I'm gonna go over it in a little bit after we go over this historic loss. She's not above board. That's the most basic way I could put it. We're going to go over how she's not above board, but for right now, we're going to focus on this. So let's jump right in.
In the meantime, very different scene at what was supposed to be Tiffany HENYARD's watch party.
WGN's Ben Bradley has her message following the defeat.
Tiffany HENYARD was a no-show for her election night party after it became clear that she would lose in a landslide. I did speak with her by phone. She said she accepts the election results. She said, "The people have spoken, and God must have a different plan for me." It was a far cry from the tone that she struck earlier in the day when she insisted that she would win in spectacular fashion.
Hey, y'all.
Well,
Hey, Tiffany. How y'all doing?
Tiffany HENYARD defiant on this decision day in Dalton.
Is there anything in hindsight that you would have done differently over these last 4 years?
yeah, I would have told on the trustees sooner.
The trustees she refers to are her former allies. 4 years ago, they ran as a slate, with HENYARD promising transparency and accountability. Instead,
Mayor, we've left you voicemail messages. We had to go to the Illinois Attorney General's office to get you to turn over documents.
residents got a self-proclaimed super mayor who spent tax dollars on travel, self-promotion, and a questionable cancer charity. All of it exposed by WGN Investigates, and now the subject of an ongoing FBI investigation.
But why should residents pay for you to stay at the Four Seasons and a $10,000 bill in New York?
We're talking about
first-class
the
travel.
election today. So you guys want some good
Those
footage?
issues are
Some
on
good
the
things from me?
ballot,
We've
don't
been
you
talking
think?
about the same thing for 4 years. I've answered every question possible.
You've never answered
So
that.
if you guys want to talk about me winning this seat this evening, let's go. I'll sit down with any of you. But I want some positive press for a change.
Local Democrats refused to slate HENYARD for her other job, Thornton Township Supervisor, but she told me that she plans to run as a write-in candidate. That election is April 1st. She also said she's not ruling out a run for higher office, but wouldn't speculate about what that could be. She could, though, have bigger problems if the ongoing FBI investigation leads to charges. In Dalton, Ben Bradley, WGN News.
I don't know if she's delusional or she just believes her own hype that much, but she's been consistent. That's the one thing I would say. And look, I'm gonna say this, right? Take it how you will. When black people are trying to say, hey, look, I didn't do it, they die with that. They take it to their grave. They say, I don't care what anybody says. I know I didn't do it. The proof is in the pudding right there showing that they did it, and they're like, nope, I don't believe it. You could show them on video doing the thing that they are being accused of, and they'll still be like, nah, that's not me. I don't know who that is. I'm wearing different shirts, so that can't be me. But are we possibly going to hear of HENYARD 2028? Is that on the docket? Let me know down below. Do you think that she's gonna? I don't even think she's old enough. I'm not too sure. I'm not gonna look it up. I don't care enough to do that. But look, she's done. She's stick a fork in her. She's done. She is. The FBI, they're taking their sweet time because they've been investigating her since, I want to say, early around this time last year. And they haven't really come out with anything definitive yet to really charge her with. But man, it is not looking good for her. But let's talk about essentially what it is that she's being. Let's talk about what it is exactly that she's being charged with. And then we're going to jump up to show like exactly how much she lost by and how laughable it was, because I saw this article. I've seen a lot of funny things when it comes to politics. This has to be the funniest. So let's not even waste any time. So essentially this little blurb right here, I'm just gonna go over it, saying like some of the small things that she's kind of being investigated for by the FBI. And this is just a little bit. This is not as much. Trust me, there's a whole lot more. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a whole lot more that's gonna be found out about her when the FBI is fully done with her. But let's jump all the way down here. According to Lightfoot with Lori Lightfoot, you know, the former mayor of Chicago, spending was at its highest in 2023. Expenses included $775,000 on credit cards, of which more than $200,000 went to Amazon. More than $170,000 was spent on travel, including business trips to Las Vegas, as WGN TV reported. We already talked about that, but now you have the actual numbers. LIFA suggested that the village board create monthly financial reports to share with the public and adopt a credit card spending policy. Yeah. Why that wasn't a thing? Why isn't that a thing for like all like small branches of government when it comes to like, you know, the mayor and the governor and everything like that? Why isn't that a thing? Because I'm pretty sure she's not the first and she won't be the last. And just like what we talked about over in South Fulton, I believe, with the mayor over there, how they have like a limited like mayor, they have a mayor with limited power. I think that should be adopted with most places, honestly, if not all. Because look, we have a situation right now where they've been trying to get rid of her, and yeah, the way they've been going about it, I don't think is appropriate. Because look, at the end of the day, you guys voted her in. You wanted her in. You wanted her to be the person that represents you, and then now you have to pay for the piper, because now look what happened. You'll deal with all that. But in other cases, let's just say someone just does a total 180 and they just flip on the people that voted them in. I think it should be a situation where the city council, you know, the council members have to pretty much vote and say, hey, look, we're going to either ban the mayor from government offices or just limit their power altogether. I think something like that should be enacted, because this whole thing with Tiffany Henyard, I might do a video on her. Don't hold me to that, probably won't. But it's just been, it's been ridiculous. Let's jump up to the top of this article and talk about how she lost and how badly it was. Because don't get me wrong, she may be pretty bad, a supposed super mayor, but she still has her supporters. Illinois super mayor Tiffany Henyard loses by a landslide in bid for re-election. The fact that she was bold enough to go for re-election with all of this going on, because the people don't like her at all. Not too long ago, there was a fight between her and her boyfriend. She jumped in. The whole thing is ghetto. I ain't gonna front. The whole thing is ghetto as hell.
Her supporters jumped in. The result, an all-out brawl that multiple witnesses say involved Henyard herself.
Actually, I'm gonna put like a little snippet of like what I saw that put me onto Tiffany Henyard to make me go, okay, I gotta look into this. And this is like a year or two back, where I was just like, okay, she's corrupt.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
A northeastern Illinois politician dubbed the super mayor was defeated by a landslide in Tuesday's Democratic primaries. Tiffany Henyard, mayor of the village of Dalton, ran against Jason House. Henyard lost with 536 votes, while House reeled in 3,896, or 87.91% of votes Tuesday, according to Cook County Clerk's office. The fact that she got 536 is still kind of scary, because okay, let's just say you don't believe anything of what they said. The fact that there's all this negative press and all of her constituents, all the people that, except for a few, a good majority of the people that were rocking with her are like, yo, we don't rock with her no more. That's it. They turned their backs on her. That's enough for me to kind of like go, okay, I might not want to, all the money that she spent. I think she's a textbook narcissist. Narcissism in women is not as easily spotted, because what we define as narcissism and the traits that we look for are more prevalent in men as opposed to women, because men are more overt as opposed to women being more subversive. But that's another conversation. But yeah, how she prints her name in big bold letters in almost everything. How she has her face plastered on almost everything that has anything to do with her. Her face is just on it to show that, hey, look, it's me. It's hilarious, because all I'm saying is this: if I saw that as someone that was like a voter, it would give me pause. It would give me a little bit of pause and think about, you know what, maybe this isn't the person I should be voting for. I'm just saying. While campaigning, Henyard reminded residents of the repaved streets, alleys, and sidewalks she brought to fruition, as well as $1.5 million grant for infrastructure and $3 million grant to rebuild Dalton.
You're their boss.
Do everybody know what their employees do? No.
But do you feel responsibility because they were your employees?
I feel responsibility to tell the truth, and that's what I'm doing.
On Monday, former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot revealed expenses ballooned during Henyard's tenure that led to a deficit of $3.65 million at one point. Lightfoot reports anything over $5,000 needed trustee approval, but that protocol wasn't followed, and instead the village was paying off expenses from 6 different credit cards that included few receipts from places like Wayfair and Amazon, and over $40,000 for items for an ice skating rink.
Okay. Henyard went live on Facebook Tuesday night, encouraging residents to vote for her. We're almost to the finish line, she said. 1 hour left before we make history once again in the village of Dalton and take this by a landslide. Like I said, I don't know if she's like delusional or she's just really into her own hype that much. Or you know what? The least likely scenario, everything she's saying is true and they're all lying on her. Every single last person is lying on her. And it's not her at all. Which there's substantial proof to say that's not the case, but because that's the only way you can just believe that and speak this way. A landslide? You really thought you were going to win by a landslide? Okay. Oh, this is hilarious. Re-elect Tiffany A. Henyard. Know before you vote. I've been attacked physically, emotionally, and mentally by trustees and paid outsiders. Also, too, she apparently is not paying her rent. Her landlord had to like try to hunt her down.
Hall says she leased this home to Henyard and her boyfriend in 2021. She says the last payment came in August. She filed eviction papers last month. She says she's now owed $5,000 in back rent plus late fees. She says the couple was a no-show for a Zoom hearing Tuesday morning.
The sheriff's been out here a few times to serve them. For a household that makes, over $350,000 a year, I'm asking for pennies.
Hull says she hasn't been able to gain access to the home or garage to do maintenance.
I gave them 48 hours notice. And then I also texted them about 15 minutes before I got here. So there's a code on the garage, and then there's locks on the front door that were changed.
In a statement, an attorney for Tiffany Henyard told NBC5 no comment at this time. Hull says she regrets renting to the couple.
Ghetto as fuck. Like, I'm so sorry, but it is. Jason House, oh, this is against her opponent. Jason House was picked up by the FBI for mismanaged funds while serving as CFO. Phone and computer was seized. She needs to have someone like go over like her work, because that's not how you structure a sentence. Also, it's bold of you to talk about how he was picked up by the FBI, but then you're currently going through an FBI investigation. Hello, pot. It's kettle. You're black. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm confused about that. Trustees are under investigation for fraudulent usage of PPP loans. I haven't heard about that, but I mean, you're under investigation for mismanaging not just one community's funds, but 2, because Thornton Township, along with Dalton. So yet again, you're calling people out for things that you're being accused of. All right. FBI subpoenaed records regarding payments to trustees. Same thing. Like, if you know about her story, this is hilarious. The fact that she's outlining all these things, because it's like, you're also not clean. 2 things can be true at the same time. All this she's saying could be true, but that doesn't mean that you're the better option either. The trustees participate in pay-to-play and kickback schemes, and trustees are backed by former Mayor Riley Rogers. Okay. Trustees sold out the village of Dalton for political fit. Anyone that has done any research on her knows that this is just hilarious. Trustees walked out of board meeting costing the village $33.5 million, as opposed to when she wouldn't show up at times or show up late.
Tiffany Henyard making a late appearance at the Dalton Village Board meeting this evening. That meeting was being held at the Park District building, since Village Hall cannot legally accommodate the crowds at a typical meeting. But Henyard tried to hold a separate board meeting at Village Hall anyway. She had to abruptly cancel it after not enough trustees were there. Henyard then drove a few minutes down the road where trustees were going through the agenda, but was booed out of the room.
The next thing is my vetoes. So I got several vetoes here that the board.
Okay, look. All I'm saying is this is hilarious. This is just, more than tone deaf. This is just kind of, it's insane. It's insane the fact that she really thought she was going to win by a landslide. Like, she really felt like she was going to win. That's sad. I don't even know what to say about that. That's sad. It's either she really is delusional, or she's just like really playing up like, you know what, if I believe that I'm innocent enough, maybe I'll be innocent. It's like, honey, that's not how that works. It don't work like that, son. It really don't. But yeah. This is a short one, guys. I just saw this and I was like, yeah, I definitely gotta talk about this because Tiffany Henyard's a trip. You already know the drill. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. Comment down below. Tell me your thoughts. Like, do any of you believe that she's innocent? Do any of you believe that, like, this is all just lies? Every single last bit of it? Let me know down in the comments. And also, did you think that she was gonna win? I'm surprised she got 536 votes. That seems a little high to me, considering everything. So, yeah. And subscribe if you want more. Definitely, I'm gonna keep up with this, and I'm not even gonna say it. I'm gonna keep up with this. That's it. But that's it for now. Peace.